Hello guys, what's up? It's your boy Down Jaws. Today I'm going to talk about the lore of Monster Hunter, but this time this lore video is about Xeno'jiiva. Xeno'jiiva is the sapphire star. Why is this? Because we will go to the room. You know how Xeno'jiiva shines blue? Or Xeno means like origin, different other origin for meaning. And Jiva means other life force, other in nature. So if you combine those, split those two words, it puts other life force, well, something in origin, compelled of life force. So let me show you this book here in your room. When you have the third room you unlock, it's called The Tale of the Five. We'll read it right now. Alright, let me read this to you and you'll see what I mean. Once there was a world without time. The world was nothing but light white, inhabited only by people and 5 dragons. In that world there was only entirety, and a sun that burned without beginning or end. And because there was only timeless eternity, nothing was ever lost, yet nothing was ever gained. One day the people began to wonder why their world had no beginning or end, so they asked the dragons. The dragons opened their mouths as if to answer, but their mouths poured water instead of words. It rushed out in streams to create the sky and the oceans, and the dragons swam away. The dragons swam to the center of the ocean, and therefore they transformed into an island. One dragon sank in the sea and became the land. One dragon lifted his gaze to the sky and became the mountains. One dragon stooped low and became the length, and scattered sails to create the rain. One dragon fell into a deep slumber and became the forests. The last dragon climbed far into the sky to become a star of sapphire blue. Xeno'jiiva blue, sapphire blue, shining brightly above the island. The people could not understand why the dragons have left, or why they transformed. Eventually, a lone youth decided to go to the island to seek their answers from the dragons themselves. He donned a simple cloak, climbed into a simple boat, and cast off alone into the murky seas. At last, guided by the light of the sapphire star, he reached the island of the five. Some time passed, and the youth returned. "Did you speak with the dragons?" the people asked. "Yes, I spoke to them," he replied. "Then tell us, why did they create the island?" But the youth didn't answer. Instead, he reached into his cloak and pulled out 5 dragon scales, which he gave to the people. And then, before anyone realized, the youth disappeared. The ocean left their white world and sailed across the ocean. Using the 5 scales, they create their own lands, their own mountains, their own lakes, and their own forests. Last of all, they created a bright moon so that the sapphire star, which had guided the youth during his voyage to seek the dragons, would no longer shine alone in the sky. The land grew large enough to obscure the sun, and day and night were born. The mountains and lakes and forests breathed together, and the seasons were born. The moon cast its light on the ocean, and the waves were born, and this time was also born, swept up in the almighty current of time. The people came to know death, but people also came to know life. Countless days and countless nights have passed since people first came to the islands they have created. As time passed, they lost their memory of the 5 dragons, and even the memory of how time itself had been born. But deep in their hearts, they dwell a quiet knowledge of the Island of the Five, the most sacred place in the world, which to this day sleeps in the middle of the ocean, uninhabited by people, and unchanged, beaten by a relentless flow of time. But the most sacred place in the world is actually the New World. See? Xeno is other, different from origin, and Jiva is the other, different from life force. So why is the Xeno'jiiva star? And why was it there in the Elder's Recess, sitting there? Well, let me take you on a journey, on a lore with basics of time. So let's sit down and talk about this and reason why does this occur. Alright, Lainey tell me the whole story about Monster Hunter World. So, first time, they set out a new world and came here. Once Zora Magnaros was the next Elder Dragon became Elder Crossing. Soon turned to centuries. By now it went down to like the 50 years, to decades, 5 decades. Now it went down to 10 decades. Even turned 1 decade. And also even turned 1 decade. The reason why Elder Dragon is now so fast because of the Elder Dragon Xeno'jiiva. Xeno'jiiva was sending out pheromones to lure Elder Dragons to its place in order to consume their bioenergy for nutrients for itself. Zora Magnaros was the next in line to the Elder Crossing to go to New World to die. And the reason of this, he wanted to destroy the New World. And the Gigante, everyone says the Gigante was to protect its meal for Zora Magnaros to die, but they were actually teamed up together. Gigante and Zora Magnaros was helping the Gigante was helping the volcanic fire go to the New World, because the reason why Zora Magnaros wanted to destroy the New World, actually not to destroy the New World, but he wanted to destroy the Xeno'jiiva. They're both classified as Elder Dragons, but doesn't mean that he won't unleash the unbalance of Xeno'jiiva. So Nergigante and Zora Magnaros sense Xeno'jiiva's presence in the Elder's Recess. Now they teamed up together to order Nergigante try to help the volcanic mountain to stop Xeno'jiiva. And once the Fifth Fleet and your A-rank hunter stand up and push Zora Magnaros away, so Zora Magnaros can't destroy the New World, Nergigante went to the Elder's Recess in order to kill off the other Elder Dragons in order for Xeno'jiiva to not get those Elder Dragon bioenergy. Nergigante killed them just to not let Xeno'jiiva kill them for the nutrients. Why is this, you ask? Why is this possible? How is this? Well, everyone thinks Nergigante was the killer of Elder Dragons, but there's more to Nergigante. He was a hero. He was a hero defending his life to kill Elder Dragons just so the Xeno'jiiva cannot get to them. And then he wanted to scare him off of the Elder's Recess just because Xeno'jiiva cannot consume food for his diet and life. If we didn't found Xeno'jiiva for 20 years, Xeno'jiiva will consume all that bioenergy from all those Elder Dragons like Oshala, Teostra, and all the other Elder Dragons. If it consumes all those bioenergy, it will come out one of the strongest Elder Dragon gods. And Xeno'jiiva is the Elder Dragon God, the Sapphire Star, because the Sapphire Star went to the New World, back to the Sacred Lamp to hide and feed. And once the Elder Dragon God died, it was actually another life form, but it's different from origin. So why is this, you ask? But in this you go in ways that maybe bad. So the reason why the Sapphire Star is Xeno'jiiva, because it shined bright blue. If you look at the Tale of 5, what I said, it shined bright blue, sapphire blue in the sky. And look at the Xeno'jiiva, it's blue. Hands are blue. Looks bright blue. It looks so different. It's like so same to the Sapphire Star. That is actually the Sapphire Star. So the god died. Yes, the Elder Dragon God that helped the world to make the world died. And once it died, it actually came to life and now start feeding in the New World. The New World is actually the Sacred Land. Why is that the Sacred Land? Because the reason why the world changing climates, it was deep there in the ocean, but it got to come up on the ocean. So the island got pushed up on the island. That's why we find a New World. The New World was actually the sacred place. So it's hard to taint it by man because it's the sacred land. It's hard to taint it, the land how it is. It's untainted by you. It's untainted by man. I know it's kind of hard to say this. It's kind of hard to me because I can't explain this crap very good. But the reason why Nergigante and Zora Magnaros they teamed up just to stop Xeno'jiiva, the Elder Dragon God. I said it again, if we didn't find Xeno'jiiva, if the Seeker didn't find him, it will consume all that bioenergy for 20 years for the Elder Dragons. It'll be strong. And if it got out of his nest, its sole purpose was to take down all men and rebalance everything. That's what Xeno'jiiva purpose was to do when it came out of his nest, is to balance everything. So, because all the hunters in this world right now are killing monsters, so much monsters that is ruining the balance of life. and it's destroying their population as well. So that's why Xenojiva will come out of his nest, if we didn't find it, to destroy us and destroy our kind, in order to balance life itself. So that's why Xenojiva is the Elder Dragon God, the Sapphire Star. You just look at it; its hands are right. It went into the new world to die, and it came back to life. Then it consumes bioenergy from Elder Dragons. So see, I might not explain this lore very well. There's other lore videos that explain this so well, but I don't want to make my own video with it. So that's why Nergigante is like a hero of all of them, because he sacrificed himself to protect the volcano of Zora Magnaros, to destroy Xenojiva. He also tried to scare Elder Dragons away from the Elder's Recess, to order from Xenojiva not to consume their vile energy to make them stronger. And Zora Magnaros and Nergigante both sensed Xenojiva's presence in the Elder's Recess. They sensed the vile energy in him, so they tried to stop him. Zora Magnaros fails, but Nergigante tries to succeed. But you destroyed him. You're A-Link Hunter. You destroy him, and you just destroy Zora Magnaros away. So that's, and if you have not found Xenojiva, I already said it, it will destroy all mankind as we know it. It will be very dangerous to leave that thing in the world, flying around. It will make a very big danger to the world and to mankind. So that's why I've been explaining this lore. Zora Magnaros and Nergigante were actually teaming up to each other. Nergigante wasn't really trying to protect this meal. It was trying to protect the Zora Magnaros from the to go to the Everstream to destroy the New World, but actually not the New World. They wanted to destroy Xenojiva. Nergigante and Zora Magnaros wanted to destroy Xenojiva because Xenojiva was, they sensed the unbalanced presence of Xenojiva, so they wanted to destroy him to stop him. And Zora Magnaros was willing to sacrifice all his vital energy in order to destroy Xenojiva. So Xenojiva is the Elder Dragon God, the Sapphire Star, because the Sapphire Star blue came in the thing and everything. So that's why it shined always blue. But what's the detail of it? Like, Zora Magnaros is the Elder Dragon of the Elder Crossing. Xenojiva was the putting pheromones in to order to lure other Elder Dragons in. So that's why the Elder Crossing times were shortened, because Xenojiva wanted to keep feeding off those vital energy. That's why the Elder Crossing keep going down, because the more they ate, the more it wanted to eat. The more it wanted to eat, the more it wanted to eat. Well, I'm just trying to say, the more it wanted to eat, the more time will go down. That's why it turned into a decade for every 10 years, because it wants to eat. So if Xenojiva wasn't in Monster Hunter World, or wasn't the final boss, it would have been still a century of the Elder Crossing, and Zora Magnaros will go to the Rotten Vale to die. If Zora Magnaros and Nergigante didn't sense Xenojiva's presence, or Xenojiva didn't even exist, but it will still turn to a century, because no unbalance was being born, and would not take that unbalance. So that's pretty much the lore of Monster Hunter World and Xenojiva and Nergigante and Zora Magnaros. Zora Magnaros, and let me explain it in summary. Zora Magnaros and Nergigante wanted to destroy Xenojiva because Xenojiva was to absorb all those bioenergies from other dragons just to make it unbalanced and stronger. If we didn't discover Xenojiva, if the Seeker didn't discover it, it would come out of the world, destroy all mankind as they know, and try to balance things with the Hunter. So you A-Rank Hunter might die, and all the other people might die because Xenojiva's still out there destroying. But you actually destroyed him in the final boss. So you stopped Xenojiva from absorbing all those vile energy dragons, Elder Dragons, to stop. So I'm sorry that I can't explain this well. I can't explain it a lot. I suck at explaining something, but I'm sorry. But that's the whole story. Xenojiva is the Sapphire Star because it shines sapphire blue. Look how blue it is. It's also a Xeno is other life form, you know. And Jiva means a life force. So I see it after death. It stays alive after death. So the Elder Dragon, Xenojiva, was a Sapphire Star, right? It died, but it came back to life. It now starts feeding, and now starts feeding energy of Elder Dragons. It senses hunters killing all over monsters all over the world. So it tries to make this balance. It tries to gain energy first before it goes out into that world. So it's trying to use pheromones in order to eat it, blah blah blah. There you go, guys. That's the whole lore of Monster Hunter. So Xeno'jiiva is the god, the Elder Dragon god, Sapphire Star, because he's a god, because he's the last boss in the run, and he's trying Sapphire Blue, and he's one of the 5 Elder Dragon gods to help them on their journey. But since Xeno'jiiva died, and since there's all this unbalance with the hunters all over the world, so they destroyed him. So you destroyed Xeno'jiiva, drive Zora Magnos right in Urigante, so that balanced things in the world. So no Elder Dragon god will go after your hunters and die. If the Xeno'jiiva god was still alive, he'll probably wait for about 10 years, but I think it should be the last monster of G rank, because I want to be an adult Xeno'jiiva. I want to like smash into Astera and destroy all of Astera. All of us are on our boats, but I'm the only one that's on the island finding the thing, and I will make a most impressive fight right there. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. That's just lore. That's lore. I didn't explain this lore well. There's other good lore videos out there. That's why Nergigante and Zora Magnos wanted to destroy Xeno'jiiva, because Xeno'jiiva sent pheromones in order to get these Elder Dragons' battle energy in order to make it stronger. That's why it turned every century to every decade. It's because Xeno'jiiva wanted to eat more bio energy in order to store it and make it stronger and more powerful. The reason why it was so easy to defeat in the last boss fight of the game when you're Aeonic Hanger, because it was premature and born. It was kind of like in birth right now, because it didn't have a lot of energy. It wasn't even adult yet. It wasn't even adult size yet. So that's why it was so easy to defend its attacks and everything. That's why it's so easy to kill Xeno'jiiva in this game, because it was premature born. It was easy. It didn't learn how to use its attacks yet. It wasn't, strong enough to defend against itself, against an A-list, A-rank hunter like you. So yeah, that's the whole lore of Monster Hunter. And Zora Magnos, it was the next Elder Dragon in line of the Elder Crossing, but it was different though. This is Zora Magnos had enough bio energy to destroy the Xeno'jiiva and a new world. But the reason why they did it, they wanted to destroy Xeno'jiiva, and the reason why Nergigante went to the Elder's Recess, because he wanted to scare away the Elder Dragons and stop Xeno'jiiva from eating all that. So, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This is the lore of Monster Hunter, and it's pretty clear why Xeno'jiiva is the Sapphire Star. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you don't believe me, Xeno'jiiva is the Sapphire Star, go to this other guy's video, but he's called in-name Hunter Gaming, whatever. Go to his channel and find him. He'll explain much more better about the Sapphire Star. So that's the lore of Monster Hunter, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, push that subscribe button for more videos. And this is Jaws. See ya later, boys.